everybody, it's Alyssa. Welcome back to my channel, and as you can see from the title of today's video, I am going to be building a cat tree today. It is so heavy, so I'm not going to pick it up, but Happy and Polly kindly sent me a cat tree and also another little package, which I have no idea what this is. They sent me the cat tree of my dreams that I have been wanting for so long now. They sent it to me to build and show you guys, and I have never been so excited for a cat item in my life. If you guys have been watching my cat videos, you know that I have been wanting the cat tree from Happy and Polly with the stars and the moons on them because it reminds me so much of Sailor Moon, which I grew up watching, and they sent it to me. And it's gonna go in my office because my office is like pink themed and it's just going to go so perfect in there. I gotta carry this all the way upstairs to build it, and while I am building the cat tree, I am going to discuss a couple of things with you guys. As many of you guys know, I have been taking a little bit of a break from creating content here on my pet channel, mainly because I have been very burnt out just from making content in general, but I'm also filming Vlogtober for my main channel, and that takes up a lot of time considering I'm vlogging every single day over there, and I just can't juggle uploading frequently on two channels all of the time. So I've just been kind of taking a break from the pet channel, especially because I have been demanded to make content from people, and I have just been so tired of it, and I just needed a little bit of a break. So that is why I have not been uploading that much on my pet channel. Not because of any specific reason, mainly just because I needed a break, because I was uploading like 2 to 3 times a week on my pet channel, and that is a lot of editing and filming to do, especially when you're as busy as I am, because I am a very busy person. I'm wearing my pajamas still, but we're gonna build this cat tree and I'm going to be discussing some stuff with you guys. It may be a little bit dark at the beginning of the topics that we are going to be talking about, but I hope you guys stick around and stay for it. So let's take this tree upstairs, let's get it built. I don't know how long it's going to take me because they sent me the largest size, so it may take forever. Actually, before we go upstairs, let's open this little package because I have no idea what this is. All right, we just have a purple box here. Let's see what it is. This is exciting. Oh my God, this is a pin. Happy and Polly Moonlight pin. I have a bag, I think they're called Eda bags, and they like display pins, so I'm definitely putting that on there. Oh my God. So I love Happy and Polly. I'm gonna put a link for their website down below. They make amazing cat trees. I've already done a video on them before where I built the cat tree that looks like a forest. It's that green one over there. And then they sent me like a mushroom and a bed. They sent me like a lot of awesome stuff last time. So now we're going to open this one right here. So let me try to somehow get this really heavy box upstairs. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. All right, so I'm going to lay all of the pieces out and make sure that I have all of the pieces, and then we're gonna start building, and I'm also going to start talking. So just give me 1 second, let me lay all this out. All right, I have everything laid out. I think I have all of the pieces. I don't know. Claudine is obviously very much enjoying this, but the first thing I'm going to be talking about is Ricky. So as many of you guys may already know, or if you don't follow like Instagram at all, my foster pig Ricky passed away. He was the one that you guys donated to for the GoFundMe. It was $1,000. That's how much the GoFundMe was. I believe once it hit 1,000, I turned it off. I'm not 100% sure. I could go back and look at that. This whole situation happened over a month ago, so I am a little fuzzy on information. I forget things that literally happened to me yesterday. So if I'm missing some details here and there, I'm sorry. I'm only human. I can't remember every little detail of my life. You guys donated for me to go rescue him because he was going to be euthanized by the pet store because he was chronically ill. We knew from the moment of getting him that he could die at any moment because once again, he was chronically ill. Nothing that the pet store vets did would get him better. It took him 4 vet visits from my vet and the rescues vet to get him better as well. Keep in mind, like I said in the video of me rescuing Ricky, he was chronically ill. We did not know that the rescue would save him at all, like rescuing him would keep him from passing away, But the whole point of the rescue was to take him out of that toxic situation at the pet store that he was in and to bring him into a better situation to see if we could get him better. I felt like I made that pretty clear in the video, that just because I was rescuing him doesn't mean that he's not still a very sick pig, because he was a very chronically ill pig. Okay, so the instructions don't have anything labeled, and it also is not in color. The cats are playing with each other, it's so loud. So I'm assuming that these are the two colors that I'm supposed to be using right now. So when Ricky passed away, it was not very surprising to me just because of his medical history. Once again, when I got him, he had over like 20 pages of medical notes, and many different vets said that he needed to be euthanized. So when he passed away, it was obviously not surprising to me, and it was something that I expected to happen, and I was already mentally prepared for the second that I rescued him, because once again, he was chronically ill. So once Ricky passed away, I had a lot of people demanding that I speak about the situation the day that he died. Like, I literally was being harassed by people saying that they deserve to know what happened to him, that I murdered him, that I killed him, that it's my fault that he died. And the main reason why that issue happened was because someone that I used to be friends with told everyone that I killed him, basically. This video is not going to be me talking bad about anybody. This is not me bringing up any names. I am not going back down that rabbit hole. I have ended that, and I'm not going to be talking about people or talking about anyone. So if you're here for tea, if you're here for drama, you're not going to get that in this video. I was very upset over him passing away, obviously, as one would be, because I, spent so much time, and you guys helped me rescue him, and I spent so much time at the vet with him, and just seeing him pass away so quickly over something that wasn't even visibly seen was very upsetting. Basically what happened was, it was a Sunday. So I woke up one Sunday morning, and every morning I go into the pet room to give pellets and more hay and more water and everything to my guinea pigs. And that morning I noticed that Ricky was acting just a little bit different. If anybody has guinea pigs, you know that normally pigs have the same type of mannerisms every single day. And sometimes you can notice something just slightly off about them, where you could just tell that maybe they're not feeling very well. So he was walking a little weird, like limping. I was thinking maybe he like hurt his foot or something like that. His poop was completely normal. He was still popcorning. He was still eating like normal, drinking like normal. There was nothing abnormal that he was doing other than limping a little bit. And then I saw him puff up like twice. It wasn't any type of like emergency. Normally, if I consider a pig an emergency, it's like this pig is lateral, heavy breathing, like we need to rush to the vet right now. That is what I consider an emergency. He was just limping a little bit, and I figured like maybe he hurt his foot or got his foot caught on something, because otherwise he was acting completely normal, still weaking, still popcorning, still eating like normal. Like, he was acting completely normal. And once again, it was a Sunday, and on Sundays, I don't have any vets that are open on Sunday. There are 2 emergency vets near me, but they do not see exotics. The one time I did have to go to the emergency vet and they saw my rabbit was because the one vet that they had that knew a little bit about rabbits was in, and she had to even call a professional to get like professional help when I was at the ER. So there are no vets around me that see exotics, no emergency vets. And also, Ricky was my foster pig. He was not mine. The rescue owns him, or owned him. So I also did not have the authority to be taking him places, because I would not be paying for it. And also, I know that the rescue likes to use their own amazing vet. Their vet is incredible. So I immediately got in contact with the rescue, and I am not going to be talking about the rescue much in this situation, because they are amazing and they have done absolutely everything they can, and we have done everything we can to help with Ricky. So none of this is their fault. None of this is my fault. He passed away over natural instances because he was a sick pig. So I contacted the rescue coordinator, the one that does all the vet visits, and I told her, what was going on, and she got back to me, and we started making a vet appointment. So Ricky was already supposed to have a vet appointment set up. Once again, Ricky was not showing any signs of like emergency. He just seemed like he was in a little bit of pain. So we weren't treating it as an emergency, but the coordinator was already getting the vet visit set up and Ricky was supposed to see the vet that week. I left for a couple hours, had the pet camera watching Ricky the entire time, and he was acting completely normal when I wasn't home. I came home later that day and once again, he was still acting pretty normal, just limping a little bit. So I gave him some pain medication that I had on hand and that seemed to help him quite a bit. And he was acting completely normal. The next morning I woke up and once again he was still acting the same, still eating, drinking, popcorning, being completely normal. Gave him some more pain medication. He was honestly acting like nothing was wrong. We literally just thought that maybe he had like a hurt foot. The vet visit, I believe, was scheduled for like the next day or the day after that. I don't remember the exact day that they had the vet visit ready. But also keep in mind the rescue is over an hour away from me, so every single time I needed to take him to the vet with the rescue, I did have to drive over an hour through Atlanta traffic to get him seen by the vet. So it also isn't very easy to just immediately go and take him to the vet as well, because all of the exotic vets are over an hour away from me. So he had the vet visit scheduled. So after that morning, he was acting normal. Once again, I had the pet camera on him and I would just check on him every once in a while if I wasn't home. And when I came in later that afternoon to give him veggies, within like the hour of me checking on him beforehand, he had passed away. So he had passed away within like 3 and 4 p.m. that next day. There were no signs of how he died around his body. There was no blood. There was literally nothing. It just looked like he fell asleep in his tunnel and he passed away like that. I have no idea why he passed away. Like I said, he was chronically ill. He was born in a mill. We have a huge idea of how he grew up in a tiny little bin cage in a pet store, barely getting the care that he needed. So he obviously did not have a very good life. The fact that he passed away once again was not very surprising to me. It was very upsetting. I buried him in my backyard. I told the rescue what happened and they basically just told me, and I'm not gonna show my private messages to prove that I was taking him to the vet with the rescue because it's illegal in Georgia to show private messages without consent. So I will not be doing that. But the rescue basically just told me like, hey, you did everything that you could for him. Like, I was so adamant at getting him to the vet so many times. He went to their vet 3 times. He went to my vet 1 time, and then he went to the PetSmart vets multiple times, and he would not get better. His upper respiratory issues would go away, but then they would come back, and then they would go away again, and then his eye would start being runny, and he would get better, and then a couple weeks later it would come back again, and we were fighting this over and over again. He had x-rays done and his x-rays looked normal, so nobody truly knew what was wrong with him. We're all just thinking that it was just genetics because he had really bad genetics. So he passed away pretty naturally. Honestly, way less traumatic than a lot of guinea pigs pass away with. Like, he didn't pass away not being able to breathe. He didn't pass away like in a really bad way. He passed away in his sleep, and it was pretty natural. And honestly, I feel like that is far from me killing him and me being abusive towards him and not caring about him at all. So yeah, he passed away that day. I don't know what day it was. I think it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm not sure. And once again, I buried him in the backyard, and I wasn't gonna post about it that day because I was pretty upset about it. I was very attached to him because I basically nursed him back to health multiple times. I am the reason that he lived longer, you know what I mean? So like, I was very attached to him. I was very sad when he passed away because I worked so hard to try and get him better, and he just wouldn't get better. I wasn't gonna post about it. I deactivated my pet Instagram because of other drama happening, and I was just tired of being demanded things from people and people telling me, you know, what happened and everything like that, and I was just over it. I deactivated my pet Instagram, but I still did post about Ricky on my main account just so people could get an idea that he did pass away. But I was going to make a whole YouTube video about it, and then stuff happened on Instagram, and then that just didn't happen because I was just tired of the drama. Yeah, I was gonna make a whole YouTube video about him and telling you guys what happened. That was way more upbeat than this. It just didn't end up happening because of all the drama that happened, and I was just not in the mood to talk about it anymore. That's how he passed away. There's no tea, there's no drama. My life and my animals' lives are not your tea. They're not your form of entertainment. An animal passing away shouldn't be your form of entertainment. And if you spend your life demanding content from YouTubers about one of their animals passing away because you want to be entertained, you need help. You need to realize that you are the bad person in this situation. You need to reevaluate your morals, because that is absolutely ridiculous, and the fact that people like that exist actually blows my mind. Now, when it comes to the GoFundMe money, I posted receipts of every single thing that I bought for Ricky when I got him. I posted them multiple times. I also discussed everything that I bought from him. If you go and watch the rescue video, I spent like $300 or something buying him like the nebulizer, buying him the medications, taking him to my vet, and then the rest of the money that I did not spend, I donated all to the rescue. The rescue literally told me that I didn't need to give them any money, and I still sent them the rest of the GoFundMe money. So even if they didn't use that money towards Ricky, they were using it towards guinea pigs in general. Yeah, the $1,000 that was donated was all used for Ricky. There was nothing that I bought that was used for my purposes. Literally the only things now that I have that Ricky used were like those 2 beds that I bought him, and that's literally it. Everything else that I bought was purely for him, and everything was owned by the rescue once they took over the care for him. All right, I'm gonna try to figure this out real fast, and then I'll continue talking because I cannot figure this out. Okay, putting that little piece together took way longer than it needed to be because I cannot follow instructions to save my life, but let's move on. The next thing and last thing I wanted to discuss was the private messages. So the private messages that were exposed that I did not give consent to, by the way, I feel like didn't prove any point that was trying to be made. As you guys could tell from the messages, if you were graced enough to see them, I was very overwhelmed. My anxiety was through the roof. I was very upset, and I feel like most people would be upset too if you spent months and months and months trying to get a guinea pig better, and no matter what you did, the pig would not get better. No matter how much you tried, the animal will not get better. I feel like any normal person with emotions would be very overwhelmed and feel as upset as I was as well. Especially because I, at the time, did not feel like I was being spoken to very nicely, and I was very upset. I mean, I just feel like there was a reason why I was so short in the messages, why I was so blunt in the messages, and also I want to let you guys know that, like, you can't always hear a tone of somebody's voice through text messages. Through a text, for example, like, you may think somebody's being rude to you or being short or blunt with you when they actually may not be at all, because you can't hear a tone. So yeah, that's the only thing that I wanted to discuss, is that I was just very upset with the whole situation. And as one would be, from trying so hard to get a guinea pig to get better and they won't get better, living so far from the rescue, and just all of these different situations were hitting me at one time, and I feel like any normal person would be very overwhelmed in that situation. And not to mention, on top of people demanding for me to talk about it, I was just going insane, like, at that moment. And that's another reason why I wanted to take a break from my Instagram and everything like that. So that's all I'm gonna discuss about the Instagram situation. Believe what you will. Once again, I'm not here to try to make you guys believe me or pick a side or discuss drama or relate my channel around drama at all. I actually absolutely hate drama. It's like one of the things that I never wanted to happen, because I think it is so childish, and I feel like I am back in high school again, and I absolutely hate that feeling. So this channel is not going to relate around drama. We're not going to be discussing about people. We're not going to be talking bad about people. But I'm also not going to let somebody talk bad about me too without at least saying my side of the story. So there was my side of the story. There's not much to it other than I tried my best to get a chronically ill pig better, and he didn't end up getting better. And that's the moral of the story. There was a lot of talking involved in that, but I don't know, there's not much more I can say about the situation, and I'm upset about it. I wanted him to be able to get a friend. I wanted him to be able to be adopted out and get a new family and live the rest of his life healthily, but you know, there were so many situations and so many reasons why that just couldn't happen because of the way that he was treated his entire life. And I'm honestly pretty proud of myself for sticking to it as long as I was able to. I mean, the rescue multiple times offered to take him from me and do all the hospitalization and meds themselves because of how overwhelming it could be. And I stuck with it and I did it myself because I really cared about him and I wanted to see that pig get better. And I'm proud of myself for trying. And you know, that's all I can really ask of myself. These cat trees are so unnecessarily confusing sometimes. I'm so glad Happy and Polly has an instructional video on their YouTube channel that I'm watching right now to be able to build this, because your girl cannot follow these pictures. Once again, I just wanted to say that if you were one of the people that were demanding the day that he died for me to discuss the whole situation, here you go. Hope you're happy. If you're one of those people watching this to hate on me, that's weird. I don't really know what I have done to deserve the hate, really, because I feel like I kind of mind my business. I feel like I've always defended my friends and I feel like I've been a good friend. But life lesson learned from this, and maybe you can take this lesson from me, is not everybody is meant to stay your friend, and also not everybody is actually your friend. And it is okay to let people go, and it is also okay to kick people out of your lives that is not good for your mental health. Yeah, life lesson learned for me. Honestly, guys, I have not been this happy in a very, very long time. My mental health has never been this good. I am happy every single morning when I wake up. I am so grateful and thankful for my family and my new friends that I have made. And I am literally just so happy with my life right now. And I'm not going to let random people in the pet community ruin my mental health for me. So that is just kind of why I've taken a step back a bit, because I am not going to let strangers and people ruin my mental health when I have been doing so well. And I am so happy, and I just don't want to go back down the path that I used to be on, where I would be upset every single day and depressed, and my anxiety would be through the roof, and I felt all this pressure from people all of the time. I don't want to feel that way anymore, so that is why I've kind of taken a step back, and I'm just going to be making content and doing what I want to do. That is the best for my mental health, so I hope you guys understand that. I do want to say a huge thank you to the support that I got during that whole situation, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you honestly didn't miss out on much. It happened all on Instagram, and it was stupid, and it was, the whole thing was childish. I have never gotten that much support in my life, which is insane because I've been a YouTuber for over like 11 years now. I got over, I want to say like 200 messages from people just giving me support, giving me love. And honestly, you guys really helped me get through it. And you guys were so kind to me, so supportive. Really, really do appreciate it. So I wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody who did reach out to me, worried about my mental health and worried if I was going to hurt myself. I was okay, but the fact that you guys thought of me enough to reach out to me and ask me if I was okay really meant a lot. So as you can see, Claudine is already really enjoying this cat tree. It's not even built yet. I'm never gonna talk about this ever again. I'm moving on with my life, as many of you guys should as well. We're moving on to bigger and better things. We're almost hitting 50K on this channel. I literally just hit 200K on my main channel today, and life is going really great. So yeah, my camera needs a new battery. I'm gonna discuss a couple more things. All right, new battery, let's go. So I think the next topic I wanted to talk about was getting animals for views. So that is one thing that I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna kind of be discussing like frequently asked discussions or frequently asked questions in this video, so we can just like kind of get it over with. So I have been told by a lot of people that I get my animals for views, and I am watching a tutorial right now while I built this. I would like to say that if I got my animals just for views, right, that means that I would consistently be uploading on this channel all the time to make the most money possible from all of my animals. And as many of you guys know, I don't make videos on most of my animals. I don't make videos on my rats. I don't make a video on my hamster, my reptiles. I mainly only make content on my guinea pigs, rabbits, and my dogs and cats, really, because that's the content that I enjoy making. If I only got my animals for views, then I would be making videos on all of my animals all of the time to get that money, and I don't do that. So obviously I don't get my animals for views. I get my animals because I love animals, as most people do. And that's all I really have to say on that, because I've just never really understood that argument, because I have always gotten my animals just because I want to rescue them or take them in, give them better lives. And yes, I am a YouTuber, so I do make content on my animals, but that's just because it's my job. And if you guys want to see my animals thrive, I kind of have to make money some way. So yes, I do make content on my animals, but I don't really make enough content to like get my money's worth out of it. I mean, I could really make more videos to make more money, but I don't. I've uploaded like twice in the past 2 months. So Claudine is being so cute right now. I don't know if you guys can see how big she's gotten. She's huge now. She's also gotten all of her vaccines, her kitten vaccines, if you guys are wondering, and she's being spayed in December. So she is fully vetted. She is doing great. The cats and the dogs love her. She's pretty feral sometimes, especially at night. She goes like full demon mode. All right, now we're gonna put the big purple oval on the top here, which means you have to go, Miss Ma'am. All right, the next topic I wanted to discuss was the question of how do I possibly have enough time to show attention to all of my animals. So that is something that I've wanted to talk about for a while, and actually I've stated multiple times. A lot of my animals are animals that don't need human interaction all day, every day. For example, I feel like if your guinea pigs have friends, they do not need human attention all day like a dog or a cat or a rabbit or anything would. Because they have what they need, which they would naturally have, is a friend, a guinea pig friend. Okay, my guinea pigs don't give a fuck about me. They literally just want their food from me, and then they want to lay around with their friends. My guinea pigs do not care if I'm in the room with them all day long. So all of my guinea pigs have friends. Coffee and Chip live right beside each other at the moment. I'm gonna try to bond them again. I don't feel like I need to sit there in the room with them all day and give them attention, because they don't need that. I go in there very often and I feed them and I refill their hay and food and everything like that, and I give them a lot of attention, but I don't need to sit in there all day with them because they don't need that. Now, if you have a lone guinea pig, I feel like a lone guinea pig would need, you know, more attention. Same with my rabbits. My rabbits have each other. They honestly just get really annoyed when I'm in the room with them. I go in there multiple times a day and just lay in there with them, and they seem like they're very annoyed with my presence when I'm in there with them. My rabbits have each other because rabbits are also, you know, buddy animals. They love having a friend, and they have each other. My reptiles, they're reptiles. My bearded dragon does not need me touching him all the time. My crested gecko sleeps during the day. My hamster sleeps during the day. My rats are super old, and Sage has cancer. So no, I'm not sitting there and bothering them all day to come out and play, because they just want to sleep. All of my animals that need that mental stimulation, I give it to them, especially like my dogs and cats. I spend all day with my dogs and cats. I play with them. I buy them new toys. I buy my guinea pigs toys all the time, new stuff, new treats. I feel like I give all of my animals utmost and the best care possible. And I'm not going to back down on that, because I know that I have done really well at giving all of my animals the absolute best care that they could possibly have. Yeah, I just don't want to keep discussing the same topics over and over again. I feel like when you're a pet content creator, people expect you to be absolutely perfect 24/7, and that's definitely not the case. Okay, yeah, what I was saying is I feel like people expect me to be perfect all the time. And nobody is perfect. We learned that from Hannah Montana. So I feel like we should all give each other a little bit of a break, especially considering like everything that is going on in the world right now. I feel like the way my animals are being treated is the last thing that people need to worry about, considering there are many content creators out there that are actually abusing their animals and actually not taking care of them properly. But I just want to say that sometimes if you feel the need to bully a stranger online, put yourself in their shoes and think about how you would feel if a stranger messaged you online and accused you of abusing your animals when you know that your care is great. You probably would not like it very much and it would probably upset you. Maybe just think of that when you feel like bullying somebody, because you probably would not want the same thing to happen to you. I feel like I'm talking to like some kindergartners right now on how not to bully. That's the only things that I wanted to discuss. Really, that's the only things that were on my mind lately. But like I said, mentally I'm doing amazing and I have never been this happy. And there's a lot more pet videos that I want to start doing soon. I know I've been saying for a while I want to do the meet all my pets video. I did do a meet all of my guinea pigs video already. It was the last video. So if you want to go watch that, you can go watch that. But I do want to do a meet all my pets video. My next video is going to be me decorating the pet room for Halloween. I also want to do more like studio vlogs because I have been doing some awesome new stuff for my shop. I'll put my shop down below. I have some pee pads and stuff still for sale if you guys are interested in some pee pads for your guinea pigs. I started making like custom keychains and it's just like I've just been doing really well. I really appreciate the support from you guys and the patience from you guys waiting for new videos and stuff like that. I promise more are coming soon. But like I said, I am not rushing into making content if I don't want to make it. So I'm going to get off camera for a sec and build some of these little pieces and then I'll come back and show you everything. All right guys, just finished building it and she already broke off a cloud within a minute of playing with it, which not very good, I do have to say. It literally lasted 1 minute and this cat tree is pretty expensive. So I can easily just sew it back on, but here we are. I did not put this little circle piece on because they actually did not give me the correct screws. So I was missing quite a few screws to build this thing. So I wasn't able to put this on because I didn't have a screw long enough and it's supposed to go right here. But it's pretty small and none of my cats would really fit in it anyway except for Claudine, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. But here it is. So down here we have a little step stool, this bed that hangs, which my cats will definitely love. Then we go up and we have a little bed in there, a bed here, a bed here. Then we have some little hangies here, which is what already broke off. There was a little cloud right here. As you can see, Claudine is absolutely loving this. And then we have this up here, which is really awesome, which has these little dangles too, which I know will break pretty soon because she's very destructive. But look how much she's enjoying the cat tree. So now we're gonna go put it in my office. I don't think it's gonna fit where I was going to put it, so I have another idea. So here is my office, and this is where my other cat tree is. Well, it's very small. I've had this for a very long time. As you can see, Spectre's sleeping on it right now. The cat tree is way bigger than I thought it would be, so it's definitely not going to fit right here. But it will fit perfectly in front of this window right here, so I just got to move all of these boxes and we're going to put it right here. Alright, here we are, right in the middle of the office for right now. I would put it downstairs, but it does not match the decorations downstairs, and I do not want to have a bright purple and pink cat tree with like my all like dark decor. It's gonna stay in here for a little bit. I may move things around, but I know they really like being near the window. As you can see, she is absolutely loving this thing. I would have to give it like 3.5 out of 5 stars when it comes to the build, because like I said, I don't feel like their paper instructions were very good, and also their video is not amazing as well. They also missed a few of the screws that were definitely needed for this, and that's not very great. There were almost some pieces that felt like it would not fit and it doesn't look right or seem right. But you know what, it's all built together and I haven't seen all the cats play with it yet. I'll film when they all start playing, but I know for a fact that Miss Claudine here is very much enjoying the new cat tree, so that's all that I can ask. It's really nice, like, quality, really heavy duty, so I know it's going to last, and yeah, I really like it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was probably super long, very rambly, but like I said, I wanted to update you guys on some things, so I hope you enjoy. The next video is going to be me decorating the pet room for Halloween, so stay tuned for that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!